Racing, away they go. Getting back at the start is Red River Rock. Going forward in the early part of the race is the Bachelor Duke Gelding. Along the inside, Pippi Rhea. Absolutely no speed on below the first 200 metres. On the outside, third, just reefing a touch is the Zakinto Colt. Down on the inside, Red River Rock. A length away to the Tavistock. There's 2 lengths further afield. Along the inside is Supervision, and last on the outer is She's Graceful. Down the side of the track they work now, and the Dictator racing 2 or 3 off the inside here is the Darcy Brahma. Along the inside, getting a beautiful run, Pippi Rhea. Then came the Zakinto around the outside of Red River Rock, 2 lengths away to the Tavistock from Supervision, and She's Graceful spots the leader 7 lengths. 3:50 left to go. It's been a moderate tempo throughout, and Pippi Rhea along the inside, per medium to the inside, has held the lead. On the outside, the Darcy Brahma. Zakinto Colt lets down out deeper with She's Graceful, doing some good late work. Below the 150, the Zakinto Colt. Through in the centre is the Darcy Brahma. Darcy Brahma finding the Zakinto Colt. Darcy Brahma came back and won. Zakinto Colt second. Third over the line, Pippi Rhea. For the lack of speed that was on, She's Graceful did well to make up as much ground as it did. Then came Red River Rock, followed over by the Tavistock and Supervision. Minutes to midnight, Sombriel. Sadler's Rock. Gates are back and they're underway. Vegas Fling missed the start by a length, getting forward. Minutes to midnight, Zarnim. Now the first 2 in the early part of the race. Madam Courtney is right there from Sadler's Rock and Springwater coming up to make a line of 4 and 5. Then Sombriel and Vegas Fling, not happy with the speed, is going to press forward wider. Up into the back of the track they work now, and Minutes to Midnight leads, but Vegas Fling came around 3 and 4 wide. And the centre there is Springwater. Racing fourth is Sadler's Rock. Zarnim the inside of Madam Courtney, and 2 lengths away to Sombriel. 500 metres left to go. Finding the lead is Vegas Fling. Races 1 off in front of Minutes to Midnight in second. Third on the outside, getting a little bit closer now, Springwater. Zarnim to the inside, followed then by Madam Courtney. Sadler's Rock ahead of it, and Sombriel to the rear. Vegas Fling turns in first, joined the outside by Springwater, who quickly headed it off. Minutes to Midnight up the inside from Sadler's Rock out wider. Sadler's Rock, Springwater, Minutes to Midnight, and Sombriel late. Minutes to Midnight the inside, Springwater the outer, and Springwater maybe just over Minutes to Midnight. Then we had photos, Sombriel out wider with Sadler's Rock right there, Zarnim, Vegas Fling and Madam Courtney. No surrender drawn the outside. Next to it, Your Lips Are Moving. Gates are back and they're racing. Schmeckenbeck is going to get back and be last. Red Dirt Girl, she went away beautifully and is going to the lead, but held together on No Surrender as they work their way down towards the rail on the course proper. Schmeckenbecker settles third on the inside, and about 2.5 lengths off the lead is Your Lips Are Moving. Out into the back section of the track they go, midway between far turns, and Red Dirt Girl leads by a neck. At the 800 metres, No Surrender is second. Wants to just get up on the job a touch. Third, Schmeckenbecker, and Your Lips Are Moving. Off the top they run. And the chestnut mare by a line, Red Dirt Girl, now 7 years old, leads by 1 length at the 600 metres. No Surrender in second. Third and behind this speed is Schmeckenbecker, and Your Lips Are Moving travels well in fourth spot. Down the side they go, below the 500. And Red Dirt Girl does it nicely. She's been in front from the outset and leads below the 400 and is out by 1 length. No Surrender in second. Your Lips Are Moving peels 3 and 4 wide now, and right in behind them is Schmeckenbecker. The leader, Red Dirt Girl, wheels its way into the straight, still held together nicely. She's doing this well. Schmeckenbecker up the inside, then came Your Lips Are Moving. Red Dirt Girl holding on. Schmeckenbecker's coming at it on the inside. Red Dirt Girl is going to win it and do it under a hold. Schmeckenbecker's second, about 2 lengths away in third. Your Lips Are Moving, and No Surrender will be the fourth of 4 across the line in the open 11:50. Set to jump. Zarwhip drawn the inside. Darcy in next to it at Croydie. The Parko Boy mare and the Perfectly Ready. Gates are back and they're racing. And the Parko Boy mare began nicely on the outside. Going down to lead early is Zarwhip, and through the centre Darcy in, and Croydie's going to whip up 3 and 4 wide and take up the early running. So Croydie goes to the lead with Johnson, leads by 3/4 Parko Boy mare. The Perfectly Ready mare just caught a little bit wide as they work their way down the back, followed in the centre by Darcy in, and run up the inside is Zarwhip. The leader is Croydie, wants to get along with the job and leads half a length. The Parko Boy mare goes up to join it. Right on behind them in third is Whip, the perfectly ready mare. Has never been on the track, and Darcy in the centre is last. Off the top of the track they go. 500 metres left to travel. Croydie is joined by the Parko Boy mare, and the other mare in the race unnamed by Perfectly Ready. The Darcy Inn's right on behind them. Then came Whip, who's looking for a gap. 350 left to go. Line of three inside out. Croydie, Parko Boy mare, Perfectly Ready mare. The gaps are there for Darcy Inn and also Whip as they turn. Parko Boy mare, Croydie the inside. The gap opens up for Whip and it's coming through now, starting to work home nicely. The Perfectly Ready mare out wider. It's Croydie, the Perfectly Ready mare might have the steep on the track, and through the centre Whip, the Perfectly Ready mare will take it. Just over Whip in second. Third Croydie, but was only the best part of a neck off the winner. 2 lengths away to the Parko Boy mare, and a further couple of lengths back to Darcy Inn. Starter has them. Gates open, racing. Now She's Brazing is going to get back and be last, being pushed forward in the early part of the race as the Captain Rio 4-year-old, and it's going to be taken to the lead over Key Meyer in second. A length and a half away third is Athenis, followed 3 lengths further afield to Buttons and Bows, and a length off last is She's Brazing. There's about 7 first to last as they run their way below the 800 metres. It's the Captain Rio 4-year-old, as it did in its last trial, leads by 1 length. Athenis has come up to move race in second now, and third runner behind the speed is Key Meyer. There's a further 3 lengths off to Buttons and Bows, and She's Brazing last as they run inside the 600 metres. The Captain Rio 4-year-old down the side of the track, leading by 3/4 of a length. Athenis up on the outside in second. Third and behind the leader is Key Meyer. Then came She's Brazing, and Buttons and Bows at the 375 is last of all. Off the rail, the leader is the Captain Rio 4-year-old, drifted off 3 or 4. Inside run there for Key Meyer, also Buttons and Bows. Athenis starts to let down from She's Brazing. Captain Rio 4-year-old, 175 to go. Looks to have them covered though, out by 2 lengths Athenis. It's the Captain Rio 4-year-old will go back to back, and the Captain Rio 4-year-old too good, won it by 2. Second Athenis, third over Key Meyer, then came She's Brazing, Buttons and Bows.